Hello. Um, well, Lilium, your query has kind of got my interest, so I think I'll actually maybe do a video reply. Not because I necessarily have anything worth saying that's worth putting on a video, but I don't know. I guess I feel like talking it out, maybe for myself, more than writing it down. So, let's see. To review, the question is, would you want to live forever if you could live in approximately the same physical condition that you enjoy right now? I'm assuming no threats to health being a problem later. Same mental capacity. I'm assuming you can still become more cultured, and possibly being able to also have the company of people who you love and care about right now. Okay. My initial thought is to say that if given the opportunity to live forever in this world, I would say no. And that's my initial thought, just because I see, like, the way I view life, I kind of view life as just being a story, and the only way that you really know the story is to grow older and get closer to the end of it. And if there's no end, then, what kind of a story is that? Every story has to have a climax or a conclusion of some type. Although I guess you could have a really long-running series. But at the same time, if given the opportunity to live forever, I think I wouldn't mind enjoying the luxuries of living forever, as long as I could do so without the consequences of living forever. It would be wonderful to be able to read every book that's ever been published, or that's ever going to be published in the future. To try and discover things that were lost, that, you just need way more time to do and learn about than is humanly possible within the constraints of the lifespans that we have. To actually have a shot at learning more languages than my own, and really possibly be able to be a really intense linguophile. Those would be nice, and having the opportunity to spend extra time with people that you care about, and not lose them, that would be nice if they wanted to participate in that. I wouldn't want a situation where somebody was forced to live out an extended lifespan just because that was what I wanted. But if they wanted to do the same, that would be kind of neat. At the same time, I would not really want to have the consequences of living forever. I would not want to find myself utterly starving and unable to find food, but also unable to abate that starvation by dying because, hey, I can't die. I, really wouldn't mind at some point being almost completely divested of interest in the opposite sex. It'd be nice to come to a point where I did not have to worry about that, added tinge of element in relationships with women. It really doesn't trouble me all that much now, but at the same time, to know one day I can just get rid of it would be kind of superb. Let's see. I don't want to work a job forever. you know, if I would assume that if you're going to live forever, you might have enough intelligence to invest well. But at the same time, having to look after the mundane things of life, those I would not want to do forever, but the opportunity to actually be able to involve myself in all of the things that I appreciate, to see where things are going to go, maybe even shape them, that would be kind of cool. Plus, you always see in fiction or read in fiction, everyone who lives forever seems to try and keep it a secret. I wonder what would really happen if you were to live forever and not keep it a secret. How would that change things? Would people look at you as being wise enough to actually give an intelligent answer to some of the problems that the world faces? Or would they consider you some kind of a freakish monster and see how many ways they could possibly try to actually vanquish you? I'm not really looking at this, I suppose, in completely philosophical and deeply relative terms like that, but it is an interesting question, and it brings up, I guess, at least a few qualities of the answer that I'm pondering right now. But ultimately, I am satisfied with being immortal, with being, well, relevant to my time, to only having my time to deal with, and my only wish is that when I do find myself at the end of whatever that time may be, I'm content with the choices that I made overall, and feel like I lived a life that was worthy of living. If I could have written a few books along the way, that would, be icing on the cake, but, that's something that you have to find time to do. So, anyway, that's, I guess that's my little spiel. As I said, nothing particularly eloquent, nothing life-changing, but I hope that you enjoyed my rambling nonetheless. Take care. Thank you for addressing us all with a question, and I hope that you are able to find whatever manners of peace you need to come across to make life flow a little bit smoother in the upcoming years. Take care, hon. Bye-bye.